Good afternoon. My name is Kathleen and I'm a volunteer yoga instructor with Hands to Heart Center. We'd like to thank the Boston Public Library for partnering with us to bring yoga to the community. So we're going to start standing today. And before I start our class, I just want to remind everyone to do the needful, listen to your body. Take a breath, extra breath when you need it. Take a rest when you need it. Child's pose is always on offer. This is a gentle yoga class, and I want you to feel good throughout it. So with that said, we're going to start a standing, and I want to bring attention to the feet. So have your feet about sit bones distance width, and try to feel the four corners. So the inner and outer edges of the balls of the feet and of the heels. You're going to land centered, so you feel the outer edges, but a little buoyancy on the inner edges where your arches are. Lift your toes, spread them, and then land them back on the mat. Really feel grounded in your feet. Move up from there, feel strength and stability in your legs, that sense of muscle to bone. We want to find a neutral pelvis, lifting up from pubic bone to sternum, weaving the ribs together, but funneling them down. Feel a nice sense of openness through the chest, literally kind of rolling the heads of the shoulders back, length through the neck. We'll bring our arms down by our side, Tadasana. So strong mountain pose, rooted into the feet, feeling the strength of the legs. You can close your eyes here for a moment if comfortable to do so. Eyes open, gaze soft if that's preferred, and just breathe. Bring a centered awareness to your stance. We want to find calmness during this session, a sense of equanimity. It's been a busy week for most of us. We need to settle and transition into what will hopefully be a restful weekend. Take one more breath here, in through the nose, filling up. Exhale through the nose, rooting down. Now, if your eyes are open, you can blink. If your eyes are closed, you can blink them open. And we'll start to sweep the arms up. You can bring the palms together if that's accessible. Just reach up if not. And then hands to heart center. We're going to do that again, lifting up, feeling the rootedness, but yet the reach, the lift, and hands to heart center. One more time, breathing, filling up, and hands to heart center. Beautiful. To Tadasana and lift up one more time. This time you're going to take your left hand, wrap it around the wrist, go up, and then over. So we're finding a side bend. Inhale, there's a gentle pull on the right arm to feel that openness and stretch, staying for the exhale. One more inhale, we come up, find vertical, reach the arms long. Take the right hand and circle the left wrist, go up, and side bend. Feel that stretch and openness to the side body, maintaining a rootedness in the feet. And then you lift up, hands through heart center, and Tadasana. Well done. I'm going to shift and change my direction. We're going to be moving now a little bit and finding our way to the floor. So just regroup if you made any adjustments. Find your Tadasana, your strong mountain pose. We're going to inhale, reach the arms up. And just as we did before, we're just going to take this sweep with breath a few times, lifting up, lengthening side body, and Tadasana. One more time. This time you're going to keep the arms reaching up. You're going to forward reach, long spine, reverse dive, soften the knees if necessary into a forward fold. Pause here for just a moment. You're going to fold. Your weight is a little bit forward. Your belly is engaged. You're stretching the back body. Knees are soft if that's a better option.
From here, let's lengthen the spine. Again, knees can stay bent if that's better for your hamstrings and your back. And then everyone, let's bend the knees, sweep the arms back and up, returning to that long spine, hands through heart center, Tadasana. 2 more like that. Lift up, breathe, reach out, long spine, forward fold, lengthen, flat back. You choose, knees soft if that's good. Let's everyone soften the knees as we sweep the arms back, curl up, arms up, and hands to heart center. 1 more time, reach up. Reverse dive, long spine forward, forward fold, lengthen, and fold again. This time you're going to plant your hands down and step your knees back. We're coming into a tabletop position. So take a moment, align your hands underneath your shoulders, press the floor away, knees under hips, belly wall working for you, lifted up and in. Take a breath here, then bring your big toes together and push back, our first child's pose. If this is not comfortable for you, you can modify, come onto your back and hug your knees, or maybe keep it a little higher. So if you're in the full pose, reach your arms long, press your fingertips down, and as we did with our feet, feel the mat underneath your hands, all 10 fingertips, knuckles, palms, heels of hands. We take an inhale. On the exhale, draw the belly in. We'll do that again. Inhale and exhale. 1 more time. And exhale. Beautiful. Now let's shift forward, coming back to tabletop. Hands are underneath your shoulders. Find that neutral alignment, and we move into a cat-cow pattern. First, we'll move into our extension, our cow. So with the inhale, lift the tail, release the belly, and reach your chest forward and up. And then reverse that, starting with the tail, lifting the belly, pushing the floor away. Let your head release. We'll do that again, lifting the tail, rolling through the spine, pressing the floor away, keeping the arms strong. And again, through the spine to your cat. Open the back body, engage the front. Last time we end in our cow. Our extension, feel the shoulder blades draw in. Now keep the width of the collarbone, funnel the ribs down, and return to your neutral. Now you're just going to shift back, curl your toes under, tense your fingers, give your wrists a little break, round the spine. Maybe you feel your abdominals engage, and breathe. And then we'll shift forward, hands under shoulders, knees under hips. Keep a strong upper body, keep a neutral alignment, tone the belly, stretch your right leg long. Balls of the feet are on the foot bar. Go back to that feeling of toes spread. Now you're going to reach your heel back and then shift forward. Really just a very little bit of movement, like a lower and lift of the heel to get into the ankle. And 4. Let's do 2 more. 2 and forward. Last 1 and center. From here, you're going to lift your heel up for 5 and 4. Chest is reaching, hips are square. 3, lead with that inner thigh as you lift up, keeping it parallel. Last 1 to hold. Now bend your knee, bring your heel towards your buttocks. You can stay here. If you'd like to stretch that quadricep, reach back, take hold of your foot, press the floor away with your right hand, and hold. 2, this is optional. 3, you feel a stretch across your left shoulder. 2, and 1, release. Lower the toes, reach your arm overhead, Land the hand, bring the knee back. Very good. Curl your toes under, tense your fingers, take a break. Breathe. Breathe into it. Breathe into the low back. Breathe into your center. And then shift back. We'll do the other side. Take that moment. Find your hands underneath your shoulders. Stretch your left leg back. First, we just shift. We move through the ankle. We breathe. Good. Note the sensations. Note the difference. Much tighter on this side for me. And last one. Come back to neutral. We lift and lower for 5. Belly wall stays engaged. Chest reaches forward. Hips are square. Little reminders. And then we breathe. And last one. From here, you're going to bend your knee. Now you can stay here, just work the pose, or you can reach around and take hold and stretch for 5, 4, press the floor away, feel the openness to the right shoulder, 2, 1, release. Bring it all back down and return. Very good. Let's take a child's pose. Nice job, everyone. Let's reach, stretch. Feel the floor underneath your hands. Good job. And now come back to tabletop. Don't move your hands. Curl your toes under. Lift your hips up and back. We're in our first downward dog. So let's start with our foundation. The hands are rooted, all 10 fingers, particularly the thumb and the index fingers. Spin your biceps forward. Firm your triceps. Feel the strength of the arms. Again, your choice. If you're feeling tightness in your back, in your hamstrings, soften your knees. Keep the belly toned. And we have a few breaths. We can do whatever we want here. You can pedal out. You can bend and stretch the knees. You can lift and lower the heels for 2 and 1. Now lift the heels, high half toe, bend your knees. We're back to the mat. We're going to shift back a little bit, back into this tented fingered position, rounding. We're going to step the right foot forward. Now you may need to pad your left knee. If so, please do. Either roll up your mat or grab a blanket or towel. Once you have your bearings, you're going to lift and sweep your arms back and up. We're coming into this low lunge. We reach up. If it's available, you lift your chest. Your right leg is strong. You're stretching and feel perhaps a stretch in your left hip flexor for 2, 1, reach the arms forward, land the hands by your right foot, curl your toe under, or actually just leave the foot long, that might feel better, and shift back. You can use your hands. We're now stretching the right hamstring. We keep lifting and reaching through our torso for 3, 2, 1. We shift forward. We sweep the arms back. We're back in our lunge. We lift up. We look up. We reach up for 3, 2, 1. Reach the arms forward. Find the floor. Shift back into our hamstring stretch. Hold for 3. Breathe into it. This needs a lot of breath. We're often tight in our hamstrings. 2. 1 more round. Here we go. Bend into your right knee. Sweep your arms back and up. Look up. Lift up. For 3, 2, 1. Reach the arms out. Land your hands. Shift back. Last time for 3, 2, 1. Beautiful. Now you're going to shift forward, but a little bit different. You can stay with your left knee bent. If you're with me, you're going to curl your toes under, reach your heel back, and then open twist to the right. So you're spiraling around, you're peeling up and open. So feel the under rib spiral up, the top rib spiral back. Reach your heel back, your chest forward, and hold. Breathe into the twist for 3 and 2. Crown of the head forward. Last 1. Look down. Place your hand down. Now, if your knee was down, your other knee can come to join it. If you're with me, I'm going to step back into a plank, but you have the option of knees down, and we hold for 3, 2, 1. Lift your hips up and back. We find our way back to downward dog. This may be a different dog, number 2. Breathe into it. Again, do the needful. Soften the knees if that's appropriate. Keep the arms strong. For 3, 2, 1. Beautiful. Now you're going to lift your heels, bend your knees, shift back, come into that rounded spine, fingertips tented. Beautiful. We have to do the other side. Step your left foot forward. Pad the knee if necessary. Find your bearings, find your balance, and then lift up. First, we come into this low lunge, this extension, this reach up for 3, 2, 1. Reach the arms forward. Place the hands. Shift back. If you have blocks, this is maybe a place you'd like to use them. I'm just tenting my fingertips. This is a much tighter side for me. Again, take note. And then you shift forward. You sweep up. You look up. And again, hands meet the mat. Shift back for 3. Trying to square the hips. There's a little energy of my heel pulling back. 2, 1. Our last round, bend into the front knee. Sweep the arms back. Lift up. Kind of giving into those hips for 3, 2, 1. Reach it forward. Last time. Here we go. Shift back. We hold. 2, 3. Beautiful. Little bit different. So we shift forward. Hands by the front foot. Curl the toe under. You can always leave your knee down. We're taking an open twist to the left. Same thing. You spiral. You peel open. You lift up. Reach the heel back. Reach the crown of the head forward. Under rib spiral up. Top rib spiral open for 3, 4, 2, 4, 1. Beautiful. Look down. Place your hand by your foot. You're in a low lunge. We're going to slide that foot back to a plank. Knees are down if you prefer. We hold for 3, 2, 1. Now everyone, knees down, chest forward, belly in. We're lowering to the mat, pinning the elbows in, and land. Beautiful. Let's bring the arms out and tense your fingers. Before we begin this, you're going to lift your right leg. Imagine I'm pulling on your toes, and then you land it. So it's long, it's engaged. Lift and lengthen the left and land it. Press the hips into the mat, lift the belly, fingertips are tented. Inhale, you're going to lift up, low extension. And now dip into your right shoulder, little bit of a release. And then the inhale fills you up, extend through center. Exhale, dip. Lift up. We're using breath here. There's a bit of flow. The inhale fills you up, lifts you up, opens you. The exhale brings you into that stretch. One more round. Inhale and release. Inhale and release. Well done. Let's lift up to center. Legs are long. And release. Bring your hands by your side, palms down. Again, let's lift the right leg, lengthen and lower. Top of the foot planted. Left leg, top of the foot planted. Let's inhale, feel the energy, the length, and then lift. Fingertips can come off the mat, hands reaching back. If that feels okay, hands stay grounded if that's a better option. We hold for 3, 2, 1, and release. We do that again. Press the hips down, reach the legs long, lift and open. Arms lift if that's accessible for 3, 2, 1, and release. One more time. Press the hips down, reach the legs long, lift and open. Now, if you can, and this is optional, lengthen and lift the legs. Shalabhasana. You're making a shallow bowl with your body for 3, 2, and release. Well done. Hands come into the base ribs. Pin your elbows in. Push through tabletop. Pause for a moment. And then shift back into your child's pose. We take 3, keep the belly toned, fingertips reaching, 2, and 1. Come into your tabletop. Walk your hands a little bit forward, curl your toes under, hips go up and backward in our 3rd downward dog. And it should feel different, each one a little bit longer, a little bit easier in the sense that it feels maybe a little more familiar. We breathe for 5. Find the calmness. 4. Press into the hands, reach the hips back for 5. Now come high on your toes and keep walking. Keep walking. We're coming to the front of the mat. Do the needful if you have to make adjustments. And now we're just going to hang in our ragdoll. So you can take hold of your elbows. You can soften your knees. You should. You scoop your belly and you release. You breathe. If it feels good to rock side to side, you certainly can do that. And then come center. Let's place the hands on the thighs. Press into the thighs as you roll up. Slowly and steadily coming into Tadasana. Bring your feet together. Find that mountain pose. 3 times we lift up. Bring hands to heart center. Tadasana. 2 more times. If you choose, if it feels good, you can bring your gaze up, you can touch palms and heart center. Last one, tail releases down, arms release or reach up and heart center. Beautiful. We're going to go into some standing poses. So let's step the left foot back and open. So nice and wide. I like to do a little bit of a marker, maybe my wrists as wide as my ankles, thereabouts. Then I'm going to bring my hands to my hips. I'm going to rotate my right leg out so that my toes are pointing to the short end of the mat. And then I'm going to rotate my back foot in a little bit. We're going into warrior 2. So let's spread the arms wide, expansive. And then exhale, bend into your front knee. Now you want to make sure you have a little shelf on this back hip so you're not really sassing out. You want to align the hips with the ribs. You may need to do a little wiggle, and that's fine to find your breath, your width. From here, you're going to hold your warrior 2. Inhale for width and length. Exhale, maybe you go a little deeper, tracking that knee, feeling that outer hip go down and in. Inhale and ease it in. One more time. And now we're going to move. So on the inhale, you're going to straighten your front leg, flex your front ankle, reach up, and then land back in your warrior 2. And again, lift up, flex your ankle. If that feels good, if it feels better to keep your foot down, do so. But we're working a little bit on our feet and ankles today, so maybe you'll join me. And warrior 2. Take your focus over your middle fingers. Stay, pause, breathe. Turn your right palm up, and we go into our peaceful warrior. Reverse warrior, look up, feel the side body stretch, and then return to your warrior two. The front knee stays deeply bent. Turn the palm up and lift up, stretch, and back to your warrior two. One more time, lift up. Front knee is bent, front knee is aligned, and back. Let's hold that warrior two. Strong legs, separate and push. For 3, 2, 1. Now your left arm is going to windmill forward. You're going to pivot your back foot so you're in a runner's lunge. Hands are down. Now we're going to walk forward. We're going into Skadasana. So you're going to shift over to your left, stretch that inner thigh. You can flex your heel or keep your foot down, what is best for you. And then we're going to shift over. I'm using my hands on the floor. I'm keeping my back long. Couple more times, shifting over, feeling length, feeling connection through center, and over. Let's do one more full round, which means we're going to go over to the left and back to the right. From there, I walk my hands forward, I pivot my feet, I'm back in my runner's lunge, plant my hands down, sweep my left leg back. I'm in plank. You can always put your knees down. We hold for 3, chest forward, heels back, tone belly, 2, and 1. Hips go up and back. We're back in our downward dog. Does it feel a bit different? Breathe into it. This is our home base for 2, for 3, rooting into the palms, the hands, lifting the hips up and back. Now lift your heels. We're again walking to the front of the mat. When you arrive, your feet are about sit bones width. You can take hold of your elbows, maybe change the hold. Take just a few sways if that feels good, keeping your belly toned. Bring your hands to your thighs, slowly roll up. Be gentle, be mindful. Ease through the shoulders. And Tadasana, bringing the feet a little bit closer together, big toes touch, reach the arms up. And heart center. This too is our home base today. Lift up, reach up, maybe touch, and heart center. One more time. And heart center. Find your Tadasana. Second side, we step open. We find our wide stance. We check in with that stance. Hands on the hips. Now we're going to rotate the left foot. Stretch it long, leg is long, toes to the wide edge of the mat, back foot angles in. You can peek down, we want our arch, front heel to align with the back arch. Then we open and spread. With the exhale, we bend into our warrior two. Remember, we're not sassing out, we want to find that shelf. Keep the front knee deeply bent and look over the center finger for 3. Make sure that knee is tracking. You feel sort of a wrapping down and under. 2. And 1. Now we move. So you straighten up, flex your front ankle, and deep into your warrior two. It's not fast. It's breathy, it's movement, it's feeling. It's feeling what you feel. It's floating. And up. And into your warrior two. We hold this again for 3. The inhale is expansive. The exhale is rooting. And 2. And 3. Last one. Flip the palm into your peaceful warrior, reverse warrior. Feel the side body stretch. And right back to warrior two. Keep that front knee bent. Keep that knee tracking. And peaceful warrior. And good. One more time, up and open. Strong legs. Beautifully done. Pause here in your warrior two. Then windmill the back arm forward. We're coming into a runner's lunge, facing the opposite end of the mat. Take a breath here. And now we go into our Skadasana. So walk around, lunging into your right. And then you shift low over to the left. Keep the belly toned. Keep the spine long if you can. And shift. Couple more rounds. And shift. We're going to do one more round, landing on the right. And shift. I'm flexing my opposite ankle. And right, left. Last one, we're over to the right. From here, we're going to walk it around. Place the hands by your front foot. Find your runner's lunge. Step back, slide it back, knees down or up. You choose. For 3, 2, 1. Lift the hips up and back. Here we are, home base. Feels different, feels longer. For 5, breathing. 4, 3, 2, and 1. Lift your heels one more time. Let's walk to the front of the mat. Good. And hands on the hips, no ragdoll now. We're just going to roll right up. We're going to turn our feet out just a little bit. We're going to lift our arms up, bend into our prayer, hands to heart center. And now we're going to go down. Now this may not work for everybody, but you're going to find your way into Malasana. Now, if this is hard, you can certainly come right onto your sit bones. You can stay a little bit higher. I just want to be here, opening the hips, lifting the heart for 3, 2, 1. And then we'll land. We'll all come to our seat. I'm going to shift around and bring my right foot forward. Okay, right leg forward. Find your sit bones. Lift and lengthen from there. We're going to take our fingertips to the outer hips. Use the fingertips as we use the feet, as we use the hands to press down, giving ourselves a little lift, a little buoyancy. Length through the spine, a lift through the chest. We just hold this, feel this. On the next breath, you lift your arm up, way up, close to the ear as possible. And then you're going to twist, landing the left hand onto the right knee. Right hand spins around. You might feel your right shoulder go into your spine a little bit. That's fine. And now we're going to inhale here. Exhale to twist, to spiral, to rotate. Again, inhale for length. Exhale to twist. If you've met your max in rotation, you stay, you breathe. You can do it one more time and find any amount more rotation. It's right now. And then you sweep your back arm around so you've crossed your right arm over your left. Take hold of your knees if that's possible. Adjust if you need to. Find length. Exhale, roll back. We're going into somewhat of a cat spine. Cat stretch, rounding the back, hollowing. You might feel your belly engage. Take a breath here. Let it go. Feel a sense of calmness and ease as you rock forward. You're going to lift your arms. You somewhat take your t-shirt off. You lift up and open. Let those fingertips land where they started. From here, you're going to send your right leg out. Left heel stays in. We're going to take a little variation of wild thing. I'm going to be lifting my hips up. If that doesn't feel good, don't do it. Just lift your arm up, open your chest. All right? So starting center, you're going to take your left arm and sweep it to the outside of your right leg. trying to keep those toes up, reaching through the ball, big toe mound. And then you're going to sweep around. I'm placing my left hand down. I'm lifting my hips. I'm opening my front body. My right foot lands. And then I sweep back down. I put my hips down. I sweep around. I'm tall. I tap the outside of my right leg. I do it again. Lift up and open. Let it go. Breathe with this. I'm flexing my foot as I come back. I'm reaching through that big toe mound. This is our last one. We sweep up and open. And then back, around, and twist. From here, keep the leg right where it is. Regroup in the foot and bring your hands to the outsides of the legs. You're going to inhale, lift up. Exhale, you're going to move forward. We're taking a stretch. So breathe into it. Don't overdo. Find length before you release. One more time. Find a length and then release and hold. 2, 3. We're breathing into the length. We're reaching through that big toe mound of the right foot. Our fingertips are helping. 2 and 1. Lift the head, lift the shoulders, walk the fingers back. And we're going to bring our soles of the feet together, Baddha Konasana. Use your fingertips, get that length. Hold on to your ankles, and again, get that length. From here, I'm going to have you take your peace fingers and hold on to your big toes. You're going to rock back. This is a little bit of abdominal work. You can stay here for sure. You're going to dig your heels in and then lift your legs. So your legs are up, your belly is in, your chest is lifted. If you can, slide your knees under your arms. Knees are still bent, chest is lifted. We hold for 5, 4, breathe, 3. Sense of strength and calm. Together, 2 and 1. Open the knees, land the heels, bring the soles of the feet together and fold forward. Take a breath for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Walk your fingers back, lifting head, neck, shoulders. Beautiful. Use your hands to draw the knees together. Send your legs away. Just a little pummel to release. And then we're going to cross the left in front of the right and do the whole thing. So find the sit bones. Ascend from there. Open wide. Use your fingertips. Get that assist to lift you up. Take the breath here. Settle in. Now lift your right arm up. Go high. Make space. And then twist, bringing your right hand to your left knee, your right hand behind, left hand behind. So you're in this spiral. Then the inhale brings you up. The exhale brings you deeper into the twist. We're going to do 3. Here we are. Inhale and exhale. But when you meet your max, you listen to that. You stop. You stay. You breathe in your twist. One more time if you have it. Exhale. Take the back arm, sweep it around, bringing it across, making an X with your arms. You hold on where it's comfortable for you, and then you roll back. Cat spine. Take a breath here. Let the head release. Let the shoulders spread and stretch the back of the shoulders. And then you're going to lift up, coming through vertical, taking your t-shirt off, lifting your arms up, and then floating the fingers back down. Let's open the left leg. Trying to keep it parallel, trying to reach through that big toe mound. We're going to lift up. We're going to take our little wild thing variation. So you're going to sweep around and then sweep up and lift. So this side may feel different. Sweep around and flexing my left foot. I'm spiraling, tapping the outside of my knee. Then I do it again. I lift up. There's a nice flowing energy here. Flex the foot and around. Last one, lift up and around. You finish the spiral. You flex your left foot And then you come to face it. You're long, you're still in a twist, but now you're even over your left foot. And we're going to stretch. We walk out. We lift, lengthen, and fold. Lift, lengthen, and fold. One more time. And fold. You breathe into it for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Very good. Lift your head, your neck, your shoulders. Walk yourself back. Bring the soles of the feet together. One more time with our little ab work. So lift up. Use your grip on your ankles to kind of find any amount more length. Then you're going to take your peace fingers and wrap them around your toes. You're going to dig your heels in, open your feet a little bit, rock back, and lift up. So lift your chest, hug your belly in, slide your knees under your arms. And now if you can this time around, it is optional, you're going to stretch your legs long. You're going to stretch and hold for 5, 4, knees are bent if that's a better option. 3, chest is lifted, belly is toned. 2, last one, let's everyone bend the knees. Let's open, let's land. Bring the heels of the soles of the feet together, find that length again, and now walk it forward. Walk it forward with care, with ease, let it go. Let it go, breathe for 5, 4, that was well done, 3, 2, and 1. Lift the head, lift the shoulders, walk the fingers back. You can use your hands to gather your knees in. I'm going to turn to face this way. We're going to take hold of the back of the thighs and we're rolling down. We're working now in the direction of Shavasana, but we're not done yet. We're going to take some nice stretches and ease into it. So from here, you're on the mat. You're going to send your legs and arms in opposition. And take a breath here. Continue to funnel the ribs down. Continue to feel the length and stretch of your legs like you're still in Tadasana. Still rooted, still strong. Now leave your left leg where it is, reaching through that big toe mound. Keeping your leg parallel, pull your right knee in, take hold of it. 3 times, you're going to circle your ankle out. And 2, and 3. Then you reverse it. You go in. Doesn't really matter which way you go. Just go in both directions. And 3. Good. From there, let's take that knee and cross it to the left. Cross body stretch. Right arm opens. Right. Take your focus to the right. Head can move to the right. If that feels good, left hand can land on the top of the right thigh. Maybe it will increase your stretch, but as I've said, you do the needful. You do what's right for you in this moment. And then you breathe and you bring a sense of calm and ease to it. For 2 and 1. Bring it back to center. Take hold of the right knee, slide your left knee in. So you've got both knees in your hands. You're making a little ball. Maybe you rock side to side. Plant your left foot down. Take your right ankle and cross it over your left thigh. We're moving into figure 4, but let's pause here. Take your right hand on your right inner thigh and maybe direct that thigh a little more open. You can stay here. That may be enough. Or bring your left knee towards your left shoulder for our full figure 4. My right elbow is on my inner thigh and I'm directing the stretch. I'm directing my right thigh out a little bit. I'm trying to keep even in my pelvis so I don't rock or favor one side. And we hold for 5. We breathe 4. Once we're there, let's ease into it. 2 and 1. Now for a little addition, let's reach the left heel to the ceiling. We've added the hamstring stretch. If this does not feel good, You don't do it. You choose what is right for you. And we hold for 5. We're trying to maintain an anterior tilt, a more neutral alignment in the pelvis for 2 and 1. Now bend the knee, uncross, give yourself a hug, both knees in, then land both feet on the mat. The feet should be about a breath away from your middle finger. We're taking a bridge. So inhale, arms are down by your side. You're going to curl your tail off the mat and roll up to a bridge. I might suggest you tuck your shoulders under, you release your chin towards your chest, and then check in with those feet. Just as we did in the beginning, feel the full foot on the mat, inner, outer edge, front and back. Be mindful your knees are not drifting open. We hold this for 5, 4, 3, breathe, 2, 1, you curl down, slow, easy, and find neutral. From here, send both legs and arms in opposition. We do the whole thing on the other side. So stretch and stretch your back in a sort of Tadasana pose, but on your back. Now pull the left knee in. Keep your right leg long, reach through the right toe, big toe mound. Keep your right quadricep strong. We're going to circle the left ankle for 3. You go either way. 2, 1, and then you reverse the direction for 3, 2, 1. Beautiful. Cross that left knee over to the right, opening your left arm, taking your gaze, your focus to the left if it feels good, if it feels okay. Right hand on that left outer thigh, maybe to increase the stretch any amount. We hold for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Beautiful. Bring your knee back to center. Hug your right knee in. Draw your right knee in to meet the left, and maybe just massage that lower spine a bit. Land the right foot. Cross the left ankle over the right thigh. Take your left hand. Maybe just direct that stretch a little bit. You can stay here, or you pull your right knee towards your right shoulder. You hold on behind your right thigh, and please make sure your left ankle is flexed. That will protect your left knee. We're trying to find an evenness across the low back and pelvis, and we hold for 5. We ease into it. 4, we've arrived. Now you just breathe. 3, 2, 1. Option to reach your right heel to the ceiling and continue the stretch of your outer hip, but add that hamstring for 5, 4. I'm reaching my heel. I get more sensation. You can play with it. Point or flex or some of both. 2 and 1. Bend the knee. Good. Again, bring both knees to the chest just for a moment, maybe rock a little bit. Plant both feet on the mat. Your heels are close to the sit bones, not on top of them, maybe a breath away from your middle finger. And we're going to peel up, curl the tail, press into those feet, stomp into those feet, feel the base, and then you're in your bridge. If you can, you'll tuck your shoulders under. Maybe this time you can clasp your hands. That's optional. Press into your upper arms, release your chin a little, and we hold for 5, 4. Track those knees. 3, 2, 1. Release the clasp if you've got it, and roll down. Curl down. Go slow. Feel it all. And release. Well done. Bring your knees to your chest last time. And really just take big circles, medium-sized circles. A few to the right, a few to the left. You did a great job. And then we're going to bring our legs downstream. So just let the legs go. We're moving into our Shavasana, and we have a nice few minutes to do that. So legs are long. I'm going to talk you sort of through this a little bit. You can close your eyes if that is comfortable for you. And of course, if you'd rather be in a curled up fetal position, you certainly can. If you want to go to the wall and put your feet up against, or legs up against the wall, you certainly can. I'm going to cue you from here on our backs. So feel the legs long, and let your legs just kind of open. Just let them do what they want to do, which is probably just rotate open. Let your arms rest by your side, palms up. Feel the weight of your heels on the mat, on the floor. Moving up the legs, feel your calves just relax. The work is done, and now we rest. So let the legs feel heavy. Feel the back of this, feel the sacrum, the back of the low back just relax. The sacrum is heavy. Feel the belly descend and kind of hollow out. Feel the back of the ribs spread center to side. Feel the back of the shoulders sort of heavy on the mat. As I said, the palms are up to receive and open. Feel length through the neck. Feel the head supported. Let the eyes recede. Let the jaw relax. Imagine a drop of water just sort of running from the center of the forehead to either side of the forehead. There's no work to be done. Take a breath in and let it out. Shavasana. Let's bring a little movement to the fingers and the toes. Start to notice your breath. And maybe that movement in the fingers and toes moves to your wrists and ankles. And then maybe you want to stretch your arms and legs in opposition to feel a big yawn, a big return. From here, let's come on to the right side, sort of curling in. And we'll rest here for just a beat, keeping the eyes closed if you choose. Keeping the focus on an easy breath a sense of calmness, sense of equanimity, a sense of ease to take us into the weekend. And when you're ready, you'll use your hands to push yourself up and come into a seated position. Find what's comfortable for you. Maybe you sit on a blanket, a towel if you have it. Maybe you want to sit on your heels. Last time, take those fingertips and press to lift. My eyes are closed. I invite you to do what you're comfortable with. Let's bring our hands to heart center. Reach your fingertips out and forward. I'm going to ask you to gather the goodness, gather the kindness. Bring your hands to heart center, and now I'll ask for you to spread that goodness, that kindness to someone you know, someone you love, perhaps someone you don't know, throughout the weekend. Thank you for joining me this Friday afternoon. It's an honor to be here. Together we bow and offer peace. Thank you. Close shop.